Say that again, Smiling. My bad.
That's okay. Do we know if Chris was being honest about the dogs hitting by the dam, like he told Nerdy Addict?
If Chris was breathing, I'd check to make sure that he's actually breathing. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't trust that man. And calling him a man is actually a disservice to actual men in the world.
So you haven't heard anything about the dogs hitting over at the dam?
No,
Okay.
no, he wasn't alone when he left to go get his camper. That's right, Chris. I know you weren't alone. I know who was in your truck. Now you got to wonder who in your truck actually talked to me.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you, it wasn't your mama. And she was in your truck too. And no, I don't know where your mother was Sunday. I asked about Monday morning. I really just
Exactly.
despise you, Chris. You know, your best bet is to dig yourself a hole and cover it up with dog shit. What people don't know. Where my mind goes is there's no video evidence he ever left the neighborhood, then this means there's a possibility that he is still in that neighborhood. I mean, it makes sense. No video evidence of him leaving the neighborhood means he could still be in one of those houses in that neighborhood. But then we go one step further with, what has been told to us, which at this point in time, we got to think everything that comes from the cops is probably tainted too. But if there's no evidence he ever left the house, where's the evidence that he was in the house? If there was
Right.
evidence that he was at the house, why didn't Sumner County give me the evidence that he was in the house as proof of life? Chris was so upset that I asked for proof of life. I'm sorry, somebody goes missing. It's the first thing I asked for. Proof of life. Where was the last place he was seen? And you wonder why you failed your psych test, Chris? You don't even know the first policy when it comes to law enforcement. Thank
Yeah,
God.
because I
Thank God that you are not in Albuquerque working on the police department there. Thank God you failed your psych exam.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
I'm
And
sorry. If people don't realize that, Chris told me he failed his psych exam when he attempted to go and be part of the Albuquerque PD, which he also told me he's got friends on the Albuquerque PD. And just remember that Nina lives in that area. So he has friends in law enforcement that like to do his little dirty work. I know things, Chris. And when I speak facts. There is no in my opinion on this shit. Excuse my language. Just aggravated.
well, it is very aggravating, especially knowing everything. No, it's just not okay. And a lot of the things that have come out that have been said have been proven to be lies. On top of the fact that we're supposed to all apologize and eat humble pie. Yeah, of
I'm
course.
sorry, Chris. Would you like some ranch on your humble pie? Because you can't have my ranch. I wouldn't give you ketchup from a McDonald's ketchup packet from 1980.
Mm-mm.
I mean, yeah, I'm mad. Yeah, I'm aggravated. My kid's missing. People are. I'm finding people aren't doing their job. If people aren't doing their job, what are they doing? Why was an assistant DA involved with my son and yet I was never notified? Why did my son go missing and Sumner County never call Davidson County and speak to my captain and let my captain know? Why did they keep me out of the loop on everything that was going on with my son?
I think it was because they were covering their behinds because they knew that they were involved and they knew the family already, and it would have looked poorly on them because they didn't do anything since 2022, is my opinion. Reading over the filing and everything.